let's call the meeting to order at 5:30. May I have an approval for the agenda? May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. And with that, we will convene to closed session. Is it hiding out with the unicorn? reconvene at 6:03 PM. I'd like to start off with reminding us of our mission and our vision. The mission of our district is to achieve excellence by nurturing a love of learning, a district where all students are welcomed, valued, engaged, and excited about learning. Students graduate with excellence in critical thinking, a love of learning, and are prepared to move successfully in the world and life. Every staff member working as a team helps to create a community of continuous learning, equity, and opportunity for all. Our vision is to be a welcoming community that inspires possibility, connects people, and ignites learning. And I'd like to thank everyone in the district for their role and how they educate our students and for what they do. And with that, we will, yes, there is nothing to report from closed session. And we'll have the flag salute. All rise, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and with that, I'm pleased to recognize our two student board members, Olivia Fountain and Sophia Neva, and we'll have your oath of office, so if you'll meet me in the front. Okay, next up, introduction of Senior Executive Director of Human Resources, Luann Carlamango. Would you please come up?
Here, you stand over here so I can see you. Okay. First, can we have the Rachel Allen Fan Club? Could you raise your hands and give us a little wave? Woohoo! Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
fan club.
Thank you for joining us. Okay. Come on up.
All
come
right,
on up.
all right.
Okay, we are excited to announce the selection of Rachel Allen as the new Senior Executive Director of Human Resources for the Cotati Rohnert Park Unified School District, pending formal board approval. Most recently, Ms. Allen served as the district's Director of Special Education, overseeing services from preschool through age 22. In this role, she led staffing and budget planning and development, program improvement plans aligned with the state and federal standards. She represented the district in labor negotiations, due process proceedings, and collaborative labor management work. She has consistently demonstrated her ability to be a strong team player and effective communicator. Ms. Allen brings nearly 2 decades, how is that possible? 2 decades of experience in public school leadership, along with a lifelong connection to the field of education, having grown up in a family of teachers. Yay, teachers. This deep-rooted commitment has guided her work in creating systems that value and support people who make schools thrive. Her earlier leadership roles include serving as an assistant principal, special education supervisor, and content specialist in the San Francisco Unified School District. While serving in San Francisco, Ms. Allen directly supported school sites with advanced professional learning that championed inclusive education and creative learning strategies. Ms. Allen's career began in the classroom and in community-based programs, experiences that continue to shape her people-first, equity-driven leadership style. As Senior Executive Director of Human Resources, forgot the senior last time, Ms. Allen will lead the district's human resources team in supporting employee success across all departments, focusing on recruitment, retention, labor relations, and cultivating a workplace culture that reflects the values and missions of the Cotati-Rohnert Park Unified School District. Please join us in welcoming Rachel Allen to this critical leadership role.
Thank you.
Okay, give us a few words.
I will.
Okay.
Good evening, President Martin, trustees, and Superintendent Atturi. I sincerely thank you for this opportunity to serve our community. For the past 7 years, I've had the privilege of working alongside many dedicated educators and staff as the Director of Special Education. And this new role is a true honor. Thank you to my SPED team for being truly amazing. What excites me most is the chance to continue building the strong relationships I've developed across our district and to support the incredible people who make our schools what they are. I believe that when we care for and empower our staff, we create the best conditions for our students to succeed. I am deeply committed to serving this district with integrity, collaboration, and a people-first perspective. I am grateful for the trust that you've placed in me. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I look forward to our work together. Thank you very much.
All right, hang on. Okay, here's some flowers.
Thank you.
Okay, and we hope you're going to take her to dinner as soon as possible. So have a great evening, and congratulations. And trustees, will bring her formal approval to you at the next board meeting. We wanted to be sure that we work with STRS to have her contract in order and everything else. So we'll bring that to you on the PAR next meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you and welcome. Okay, so next up is student board member report, and because this will be your first meeting, if you two would just introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to about serving on the board.
Hello, my name is Olivia Fountain, and I am this year's Rancho Cotati School Board Student Representative. I'm going into my senior year at Rancho and my 4th year on the Associate Student Body. I started off as class secretary during my freshman and sophomore years, and then as a junior, I moved into a commissioner role where I handled music and entertainment for school events. Outside of ASB, I stay pretty active. I play flag football, soccer, and run track. This allows me to stay active and also enjoy the social aspect of sports. I recently started working at Starbucks, which keeps me busy and teaches me a lot about communication, teamwork, and memorization. I'm learning about efficiency too, especially during the morning rush. I like to challenge myself academically with AP classes and maintaining straight A's. I take a lot of pride in being a hard worker, staying organized, and showing up for my school and community in as many ways as possible. I like to push myself and stay on top of things, but I also try and keep a good balance and enjoy my time in high school. When I'm not busy with school, sports, or work, I'm usually hanging out with friends or family. I'm super social and love spending time with people whether it's at school events, games, or just relaxing on weekends. Being connected to others is really important to me, and I think that every relationship is important, big or small. There are many reasons I wanted to be a school board rep. Like I said, I'm very social and like showing up for my school and community. School board rep is a great way for me to represent my school and contribute in a bigger way off campus. I really care about making sure students have a voice and hope that being on the school board, my voice can be heard by both the board and community better, understanding what is going on from a student perspective and how students are feeling and thinking. I've also grown up with a lot of educators around me and learned a lot from listening, talking to them, and how they care about their students. Having a chance to add a student perspective to that conversation with adults that make a big difference about our school is really exciting for me. I'm also excited to bring the student perspective this year and represent Rancho in the best way I can. I know how important it is to show that students are seen, heard, and supported academically, socially, and emotionally. By being in leadership, I've been able to see where things are going well and where things have some room to grow. And I want to help by bringing that honest perspective to the board. I'm really looking forward to being part of the conversations that make a difference and help make this school year the best it can be. Thank you, and I am super excited to get started.
Good evening. My name is Sophia Panaiva, and I'm currently a junior. This school year, I have the honor of serving as Technology High School's student board representative. Since middle school, I've enjoyed my time in student government and playing a role in representing my school. As I'm going into my third year of Tech High's ASB, serving as the public relations officer, I will be managing a big aspect of my school's public image and media. From our Instagram account to the weekly videos, known as the Titan Wednesdays, I plan to keep our social media relevant and engaging. There are many other activities I invest my time in outside of student government. I genuinely enjoy school and studying, with math being my best subject. I also have a deep love for music. I've been playing piano since I was 5 years old, and it's been a consistent passion throughout my life. At Tech High, I've also participated in volleyball, cross country, dance, tennis, track, and swim. Through sports, I've met so many amazing people, and I truly believe they've helped shape me into the confident and social person I am today in high school. The main reason I wanted to be the student board member was to bridge the gap between the student body and the district board. I want to make sure that my peers feel heard, understood, and informed. Keeping them in the know regarding the board's decisions and what the future of tech could look like will allow them to feel like a bigger part of our community. I will also do my best to represent Tech High to the board and capture the essence and excitement of our events in daily life. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm so excited to work with you all.
Trustee reports on activity. Trustee Johnson.
No report.
Trustee Brown.
Turn on the mic here. So in tonight's agenda, we're going to be approving the employment. And I just want to comment on, we have 22 volunteer coaches this year. So I want to say thank you to those 22 individuals that give their time and their effort to our various sports teams. And it's very commendable that those people come forward and do that. So I want to put a big thank you out for that type of thing. I won't read all their names, but it's great that we have that many people that volunteer. The second thing is I want to comment about our back to school event that we had. I've been through a few of those with the experience, and this year's was the best by far. We set the bar was set so high that next year, good luck trying to achieve that again, type of thing. What I really appreciated that last year when each school kind of cheered for their, to get attention in their award, this year they all had individual cheers and songs and school songs. It was just great. And then when you grade on the curve, when you have to have one winner, I always remember that one student in the class that would do better than me that kept me down on that curve. And I have to give a special shout out to Mr. Brown and his school. They kind of went everybody did a great job. Everyone got an A. I think they just got an A+. And then there was one individual, and there was just so much, in my management career, there's kind of classifying, how you work, either as an analytical or a driver or amiable or expressive. Well, that expressive portion just came clear up to the top in this, and I have to, some of our administrators, he's never going to live this down. He's going to go pump me up. He's going to hear that, and others dressed up and things. But there was one individual that I'm afraid you're going to leave us for Saturday Night Live. So Michelle, you did an outstanding job, and how you people, your character, it brought everybody's joy and enthusiasm. It was just an outstanding job. So thank you for that. Don't leave us for Saturday Night Live, because you could get a job tomorrow, or don't leave us for running special events, because you could do that with a breeze. So I thank you for that. So thanks.
Trustee Nelson?
Well said, Lef. I'm looking forward to a new school year and everything that is in place, and looking to see some more positive building on what we've done before. And other than that, I have no report.
Trustee Wing?
I too went to the Welcome Back rally, and it was absolutely a rally this year. So good job to Rochelle for putting it on. My as much as Jamal and John, you guys are fantastic. I'm a little disappointed you weren't dressed in your new secondary personas today.
I think that should be standard.
I think it should be
Next
at least
board
when
meeting.
LCAP and budget is presented. We need a little something to. Okay, great, thank you. I really liked that we started the rally with all of our union leaders and Dr. Ituri with a lot of humor, but a lot of sincerity in that message too, that we are a team. And it was great to see everybody up there, and administrators and school site leaders and our office leaders and our union leaders were all together really celebrating what an amazing district we have. So thank you to Rochelle for putting it on. It was fun. Not gonna lie, when you told us what we were gonna do, I'm like, we're doing what? Okay, but it worked, and I loved it, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next year.
You did very well at playing the guitar.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I didn't, but
Yes.
that's okay.
And my clarinet playing was amazing. Amazingly not heard. I too was at the kickoff, and one thing I was thinking during the kickoff was, we're a unified district, right? That's our title, it's our name. But I really felt the unity in that room that day, where we're all there for the students, we're all there to do what we can to make sure that students succeed. And so thank you for an awesome display of that. Superintendent's report.
All right. Thank you all for playing along. As Rochelle and I were working through the details of the event, and every time we thought about it, we would smile. And I was like, okay, we're onto something, because just even thinking about how it might look was bringing a smile to our faces. And I really appreciate that the message came through, because it really was about we are here, we are unified, and that there's a lot of joy in the work that we do, and we just have to remember that. So thank you all for being there and participating and being good sports. And thanks to all the administrators and the departments and the principals and the teachers and everyone who really made that day special. So we've heard from a number of people that they enjoyed it, so that's really good. And we are already thinking about next year, so we'll start to drop some hints at some point. Opening of schools, the schools looked great. People were excited to be there. Always a few bumps, but teachers and staff and principals really went the extra mile. Our kids felt welcome, and they were working through any issues that may have arisen. So it was a great first day of schools. The other thing that we've already started is our safety committee. We're working in collaboration with Roanoke Park City, Cotati City, both police departments and fire, and Sonoma State, and we're going to work together in the Great Shakeout, which is going to happen October 16th. So we're all collaborating on that event, which is awesome. You'll start to see some media and information about that and the drill that we're going to work on together. It's just an opportunity for us to work collaboratively and also make sure that we're prepared for incidences that might take place on the campus. So that's all I've got for the first couple of days of school. So thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Vitri. Next up, Roanoke Park Cotati Educators Association, Lisa Bauman.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's nice to see you again without the costumes and the instruments that we, even airplayed so poorly, at least I did. I'm truly honored to be representing RIPSIA for the third year now as president and to have the opportunity to continue to work with all of you and the district management. I will remind you who my officers are this year. So we actually have someone new. Grace Doucher is going to be our vice president, and she is at Evergreen. Jen is coming back again as our treasurer, and Megan as our secretary. And our bargaining team is, at least no one's quit yet. They're all coming back too. So we've got Shayla Pace, Craig, who's at TPA, Craig Stone, who's at John Reed, Kim Stainer, who's at Evergreen, Nicole Lorenz at Lawrence Jones, and Emily King, who's here at Rancho. And they are a phenomenal team, I just have to tell you. And I'm so excited that the team is really so diverse in terms of the different sites that we represent. But they really put in the time and the effort, taking time out of their classes every other Tuesday to be in that room doing the hard work that we do in there. And I'm so appreciative of both my executive board and my bargaining team. So we actually got off, started running on August 4th. We got to have some time during the new hire orientation, and we the whole executive board was there, and we actually had a few guests with us. We had our CTA board member join us, as well as our staff person, Josh Ye. And it was actually a pretty exciting. Our board member, Van Cedric Williams, he really loves his job, I'll tell you that. And he got everybody fired up, and it's a big group. Again, I think it's over 67 people, but they all just seem super excited. Oh, and actually that reminds me, I forgot to write this down, but I have heard from a couple of new teachers just about how, and some of them, when I say new, I mean new to the district, but not brand new to teaching. But I've heard more than one person reach out to me personally just to tell me what a welcoming place this is to work and how it's so different from where they came from. And things like, people actually are nice and talk to each other and things like that. And, it's one of the things that I am proud to be able to say when I tell people where I work, I love our district. We have a great superintendent. Come work for us. So it was great getting to see them. I've only been able to connect with a few of them face to face, and so that will be one of my goals this year is to meet all of them one-on-one, and I'm sure they're going to do great work. I have also thought the kickoff event was amazing. My husband said it was the best one yet, too. And although I will say this, I think we may have shown our age a little bit, because apparently, the Gen Zers had no idea who half of you were. I mean, I think they probably were still very much entertained, but they were they didn't get it. So I don't care. I thought it was so funny. So, and I really have to say, that hats off to all of you guys who put on the costumes and got out there and made yourselves vulnerable. You did such a great job, and I agree. I don't know how we're going to top it next year. It's going to be a tough one. We've barely been, we haven't even been back for a full week yet. I mean, we've just finished 5 days, so I guess that's kind of a week. And everybody's certainly busy and enthusiastic and have just hit the ground running. I haven't had time to check in with everyone, but I'm just going to assume that everything is going good, that no news is good news. And I'm really, really, truly looking forward to the year and to continuing our good work together. Our goal for this year is to continue to build that membership engagement and our partnership with the district. And I think it must be a pretty good one because Luann has mentioned it. Like, I think every time I see her, she comments on the really dynamic relationship that the union or that has with the district and that I have with Maite. And I appreciate that you can see that just coming in for such a short period of time. And I'm looking forward to working more closely with Rachel in her new role in HR and to working together with everyone to continue to improve the working conditions and salaries of our members. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Lisa, I have a quick question.
Yes.
How did the Rancho Garden make it over the summer?
Oh, no, we weren't trying to keep it going over the summer. So I know, it looks terrible. The kids are already like, when are we gonna get out in the garden? So it's coming. I'll let you know. We're gonna plant some cover crops and some winter things.
Do you start from seed or do you get starts?
For whatever we're gonna plant this fall, I would probably just do like some simple things like onions and garlic and like a cover crop. But then in the spring, we're gonna do when we get the new freshman academy coming in. We'll do a combination of direct seeding and then starting seeds indoors, and so they can see the whole gambit. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
We should talk. I may have a way to get some inexpensive plants for you.
Thank you.
Okay, and there's no report from the California School Employees Association or Service Employees International. Item G, receipt of official correspondence.
No official correspondence for this meeting. Thank you.
Okay. The consent agenda, items 9A through 9S. Any questions or discussion? Then may I have a motion to approve item 9A to 9S.
I move.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 10A, approval of provisional internship permit for mid-moderate support needs education specialist at John Reed Elementary.
Great, thank you, trustees. So the first provisional internship permit, excuse me, is for Mariah Lindsay Henderson. And the district has been very proactive in looking for candidates. And when we get to a point where we can't find any qualified candidates, we go to the CTC, the California Teaching Credential, and ask for a provisional internship permit. And so we're working closely with Ms. Henderson in getting all the paperwork and the credentialing, and her provisional internship permit is for her to work as an educational specialist at John Reed Elementary School. And so we'll continue with professional development and move her forward with credentialing, but we ask for the board's approval of the PIP tonight.
Okay, any questions? Okay, may I have a motion to approve 10A, approval of provisional internship permit for mild moderate support needs education specialist at John Reed.
So moved.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. 10B, approval of provisional internship permit for extensive support needs education specialist at UELF.
Very similar situation in that we really have been looking for candidates since March and not being able to find anyone. We were able to find Cameron, who has, and you can read in the previous one too for Mariah. In the case of Cameron, he has a Bachelor of Art degrees in history from Cal Poly Humboldt, and we're going to work with him to get the paperwork in order to apply for his provisional internship permit. And this also is to support our special needs population, so it's an extensive support needs education specialist at UELF. We ask for your approval.
Any questions or discussion? Then may I have a motion to approve 10B, approval of provisional internship permit for extensive support needs education specialist.
I move.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 11A, approval of LCAP revision.
All right, good evening. I ask that you look at and approve this revised version of the 2025 and 26 LCAP. We brought this to you in June, submitted it to SCO. They asked for some formatting, language, and financial clarification edits and changes. We made those revisions and submitted it to them again just a week ago or so, and they have provisionally will have approved this version. So we ask that you approve it since there were some changes made since the last time you saw it. Happy to answer any questions about the changes.
I have a question. It was 200 and something pages. We went over that?
203. 203. Yes.
And something.
And so
Okay, all right. And we went, was it in a PowerPoint or did we?
we gave a presentation with the highlights. We went
Okay,
over the
that's what
goals
we
and the
saw.
action steps that we'll
Okay.
take and the metrics to measure them.
And then when we had that discussion, those were the revisions that you made?
No, this now is
Oh,
the
that they
revisions in
recommend.
this, and it's some formatting things. So, for example, we had the first page is a budget overview for parents. It's a picture, and the way it came out was they didn't like the formatting, so we redid it and put it back in.
Okay, thank you.
That kind of thing.
Any other questions? Okay, may I have a motion to approve 11A, approval of LCAP revision.
I move that we approve 11A.
Oh, I'm sorry, that doesn't list as an action item,
Oh,
but it is
You-
action. Okay, just want to make
he
sure.
doesn't have to say it. I second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next up, 13A, fiscal update and planning.
So for my report tonight, I wanted to give you an update on the progress of the solar project, which is dishearteningly not moving forward as of this moment. As you know, we were in a purchase power agreement with a vendor that was approved last November. They pulled out because of the speculation of what the new administration was going to do to the things that made it worthwhile for them to do it. And then, so we let them go, and we're in negotiations with another vendor who was really wanting to work with us. And, we went through the process back and forth on the contract, and we brought a contract to you in May or June that, we were okay with, but they never signed it. And again, it was due to the speculation of the, big beautiful bill and other things that, gave them cold feet. We have a couple Hail Marys left. I spoke with our consultant today, and, we have one last kind of ditch effort to see if anyone will take it. But what I was going to read to you tonight was, that our Mesa was the contractor, is disappointed to step back from the project, but will not proceed under the conditions that risk failure for all parties involved. They believe too much time has passed to take on liability for missing the NEM2 deadline, which is in April, and will only stay engaged if key contractual terms are agreed upon. So, and that's kind of where we're standing, and we're hanging on by a thread, and unfortunately, it breaks my heart because I really thought we were going to make this happen, and unfortunately, we're at where we are, I guess, in this environment, and again, like I said, we're holding on by a string, and hopefully we can make something happen, but I'm not confident.
Question?
Mm-hmm.
Is it primarily because of their cost for the solar panels?
I think all of that is, the cost of the materials to build the
And
you
the,
know,
and the,
panels
and are the
coming from
credits, are
overseas.
their credits going away?
If they
so
don't,
that
you know, if they don't
obviously it
get
makes it a-
something in time,
if they get some-
yeah.
Then
sorry,
then they lose money.
Yeah. It was, you know, if you remember, you know, this is a long time ago now, but the, how it penciled out in the duration of time that we were gonna have the panels in this purchase power agreement, we're pretty close. I mean, there's millions of dollars, which sounds like a lot, but this is over time, right? But if we don't hit the NEM2 deadline, and, you know, they're just under the hook for a lot of things, and yes, Trustee Brown, the one, you know, I can't, there's so many things, but the cost of materials, the solar panels come from out of the country, the rebates and stuff are in question, and whether or not they can get something going in time for them to claim it, I think, are the major drivers, but they don't want to take on the financier doesn't want to take on the risk 100% on their own, and no one else is willing to, the contractor wasn't willing to take on the rest of the risk that they weren't willing to take. If that makes sense.
So John, just to remind me, so we had that consultant come and they put the purchase power package together.
Yeah.
So it's that package that no one really wants to pick up. We could go pay for solar out of pocket any time we wanted. It's the package that's kind of.
Right, yeah, that was
it's
the
just
only way
not
that we can make it
incentivizing to
happen.
anybody. Yeah, right.
that was
No, I
the
know
only-
we can't afford it, but it's
Yeah.
not that we can't have solar, it's just this package thing
Correct.
that isn't enticing to the contractors
Yeah, it
anymore.
was less enticing
Right,
as
yeah,
time went on.
exactly.
The other question is, I mean, you say we can go buy that?
Well, no, I know we
But,
have.
I mean, or the district could pay someone to do that at a higher price, but the materials availability, I mean, I've been working for a year for system for my house, and the Tesla inverters and stuff are not available. So now we're going with, you know, because I'm a contractor, we're doing it ourselves, we're still waiting for the material
Yeah.
made in USA, but still there's a serious shortage of those parts. So, and then the credit goes away, what little credit goes away at the end of this year. So it's difficult then to do this huge job with, you know, don't know that you have the materials and you commit to it and you commit to damages for not completion. It's just not a risk that businesses want to take.
Exactly.
And if I remember correctly, we were like at the midnight hour for the NEM2 agreement, right? So we have a tighter schedule that,
Yeah, yeah,
For
the
implementation.
system needs to be built by April 1st to hit the NEM2 deadline, which, you know, we were well in line to do this when we started both processes, if you will, with the two different vendors, and it's really unfortunate that we are where we are, and I'm very disheartened by everything, because, you know, we put a lot of effort, time into this, negotiations and finding the vendors, you know, it's just a lot of work down the tube, which is a bummer. But again, Hail Mary, sometimes they catch the pass, we'll see.
And so if this fails, if this one fails, will we have to wait for a new administration before we try again, or
Yeah,
what?
you know, or come into a bunch of money that we can buy our own system, which is the best deal, which would be the best deal, we just don't have it.
Was I tracking correctly that the other party hadn't signed the contract?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we brought it to you, and Mayor, I forget when it was, I can look that up if you're interested, but, ever since then, they've been stalling, like, you know, kind of buying time to see what was up with, you know, this big beautiful bill and other things, and the cost of materials, that kind of thing, and tariffs and whatnot. So, they just never signed it. We had signed it, right after the board meeting, we had signed the contract that we all agreed on. Again, you know, the terms of the contract were agreed upon at some point. But then when it came down to actually signing it, they didn't do it.
Yeah, it's really too bad. I have hope, though, that
Okay,
one day
yeah.
we will have
It has
solar.
happened, right, it has happened.
One day,
Well, hopefully, because I can remember when our PG&E bill was half of what it is now.
yeah. I saw that
And
warrant, what was
before
it,
you know it, it'll be
135,000?
over 200,000 a month.
Right.
You know,
So, which is, you know, 2.4 million a year, so. be nice to cut that in half and use that other million for teachers.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
One
we
day.
started a
day.
GoFundMe, how much would we?
Have to be on the board for how long? Another 30 years?
You're committed to another decade.
Another-
Okay, any other questions for John?
No.
Okay. The next
Oh,
are,
I have one question. When will we see enrollment?
Yeah, next month. I mean.
Next month?
Yeah, we haven't even hit the 10-day.
I know, I'm just impatient.
Yeah,
As I am every year.
I agree. Next month for sure. I'll have
Next month.
something for you next.
If you get any previews before that, can you pass it on?
Sure. Yeah,
So
we
don't
can
have
send
to
you the
wait for a board
10-day,
meeting.
the 10-day update. Everyone wants to see that, so.
Yeah, okay.
okay, next up, item 13B through K. Any questions about any of these first reads? Yes.
Thought
Oh,
you might.
yes.
It's shocking. So I had reached out to Dr. Ituri before this, so just to be clear, this, the AI policy, that's the first reading, is it's a policy that says we're gonna make a policy, right? So I know that we, as a cabinet, are, putting a task force or something together. I know that teachers and students are using it in the classroom at the high school level. I don't know about middle school or, elementary school, and I'm fine with it. I wanna be really clear. I like AI. I use it frequently at work. I think that there's a place for it in education. I just think that we quickly need to come up with some, even if it's just like a phase 1 plan, because I don't know where the line is between plagiarism and I used AI. And we have a very strict plagiarism policy in the district, and so I don't want in a couple weeks or a couple months, students getting in trouble for something that was very, very gray of, well, if the teacher can use it to grade my work, how come I can't use it to turn in my work? And what are we putting into the systems when students' work is being graded? And I think AI is here to stay, and it's part of the future, and we would be doing a disservice to our students if we weren't teaching them how to use it effectively and efficiently and all those things. But I just want to make sure that this is a priority for us, because I can see this snowballing really, really, really fast.
I have a question to, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think the policy that we're putting forward here is guidelines to keep us in that realm, right? And we're going to put together a task force and we'll work on that right away. It's a priority.
Well, I'm curious as to what, and I don't have my students or my grandchildren are in the kindergarten stage. I doubt they're using AI. They're not having to write reports and do, do essays and stuff. What are the students using it for? Are they using it for essays and reports? Because I know my middle son, who is the more techie of my 3 sons who works at Lawrence Livermore Lab, he uses it for a number of things. And he uses it for an amazing letter composition. He's not like me. We do math, we don't do English. And spelling is challenging at times and stuff. But AI can do amazing things and format and get your point across very well. Doesn't do the engineering formulas to make buildings stand up and stuff, or it probably could.
It does.
But you want to, it'll replace jobs by then, too. So I'm just curious, what are students, what are they using it for?
You don't have to do any research anymore. You just
Well, the internet.
Let's
helps
ask
you
the
do that, too.
students.
yeah, but now you just do queries to the AI. and it'll
Before you had to
searches
look
for
at
you.
several sources.
We
So it looks
have-
like
we
we're going to
have
get some
real life-
experience
We have
here.
real life examples.
Student trustees.
I think it depends on like what kind of student is like using it, but I know that some are using it for full essays. They will just be like, this is the topic, can you write it for me? So I know some people will turn that in. I also know that some people are just like using it for like outlines on essays, or like, oh, I need an introduction paragraph, here's the rest of my essay, help me format that. But I really think it depends on what kind of student is using the AI, and so how that translates to their work.
There's also different students that use it to find credible sources. I know that's one way that I've used it before, because the most difficult part of researching is actually finding credible sources. So I think AI is really useful for that. But yeah, people who use it for full essays, sometimes they even use like humanization websites to make it undetectable to AI websites or like AI checkers, which is, yeah, kind of the bad side of AI.
Are you guys I know you've only been in school for 5 days, but like last year, are you guys actually actively using it in the classroom where like, hey, everyone, let's use AI prompts? Because like for me, what prompt I ask, I use a couple different AI tools at work. Depending on the prompt, I will get completely different answers. And whether I use our paid version or I use the free version, that is completely different answers as well. And so I know, in some of the teachers' classrooms, like it is actually on the syllabus this year that like we will be using AI to help give each other feedback or do different prompts. So I just was wondering if you guys are actively using it in class or if it's more, and not the two of you, I know neither of you would ever do this, but, or are people using it at home to be like, help me with my homework? What do you think?
Are you asking like whether we get teacher direction to use
Yeah.
AI? No, not in
Not
any
yet.
of my classes personally, but I know that students do use it at home on the regular. But
I had last year, we did a whole assignment using AI, and we were taught how to like source it, like MLA format source it. And then this year I had someone say that there will be assignment where we are allowed to use AI, but other than that one assignment, we aren't allowed to use it, other than that.
Just a heads up, I don't know what colleges are gonna be like, but when I went to college, we walked in for our test and they handed us a blue book. And I don't know if you even know what a blue book
They
is.
still have Blue Book.
They still have blue books.
Still have Blue Book.
So you went in and you wrote for 3 hours. You know, they were, you know, what, they give you, you know, a scenario or a case, especially in my MBA program. And you had to format, and that just is very stressful, at least for me. To sit down and figure all the stuff out and then write it out. I didn't have a computer to tell me that the spelling was correct or whatever, and I didn't know if I was gonna get kicked out of college for what I was doing. But then too, in the real world job, you know, I've had administered hiring, and when I hired for the fire department, we hired firefighters. There's part of it that they went off, we handed them a blue book or a similar thing and asked them to write. They didn't have a computer, they didn't have multiple choices, so you have to have those skills. So if you're gonna rely on a computer to spit that out for you, and then you get in a life situation, you're gonna fail if you don't know how to format a sentence and a paragraph and a thought and a conclusion and all that. So it has its good and bad points, unless life changes and blue books go away, you know.
You might.
Maybe. So,
All
anyway,
the more reason to have a solid policy.
right.
Because we are using it at the ranch this year, right? Are some teachers using it, like a trial?
Yeah, the ranch is piloting a feedback format for teachers to use with a writing rubric. Yeah, it's a pilot. We were really clear with them that depending on what the policy outcome is of the task force, things could change. So they know that it could change depending on what we come up with.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts about AI? I had a question about item F and the comprehensive safety plan, reading about the AEDs. I know we talked about that some time ago, and I was just curious, how many AEDs do we have district-wide?
That's a great question. It's so funny. I was going to write to you in our board notes this week. There are AEDs at all school sites. How many are at each school site? I'm not sure of that, but we just installed our first outdoor AED.
That's great.
And that is, I think it's operational as of this week, and they're working on 2 more, I believe.
That's great. Have you looked at any grant funding for that?
No, we have not. If
Okay.
you know of any, we're happy to look at that.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard any of it for a while, but I have seen some.
Yeah, if you hear anything, let us know. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Okay. Okay, any other questions about the first reads? Okay, then we'll move to item 13L, acceptance of gifts and donations.
Yay.
I think it's K. You're on the wrong page.
Am I on
Okay.
the wrong page?
I think you went to a different agenda.
K is the,
Who's K?
I have K as
Did we lose an
disclosure
L or did
confidential
I don't
privilege.
see an L. You're on a different agenda.
But what happened when I printed out from home. Okay, okay.
All right, Kay. Okay. Okay. We actually received several donations this month or over the summer. Grayton Resort and Casino, so generously, they pay us in installments, $359,487 this quarter, I believe. Are they quarter payments? The Ed Foundation, Dan and Vera, that was lovely to have them at the kickoff as well. They provided us with $64,630, and those are for the classroom grants that they provide. And then Starbucks Coffee generously donated our coffee for the kickoff at $240. So thank you to our partners for your donations this month or summer.
Any questions? May I have a motion to approve item 13K, acceptance of gifts and donations?
I'll move.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion, any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Take it back.
Never.
It's not enough.
Next time I won't ask. Okay, future business and agenda items. Trustee Johnson.
I was taking the workplace violence training videos that they have for educators, and I saw in there that that student and employee violence, if somebody gets attacked or something, you have to fill out a report, and I'm curious about that. I'd like to see that since, it was in our student survey and teacher surveys that there were folks that were getting hurt in the classroom, and I'd kind of like to have a presentation on how that process is actually formulated and the outcome and so on.
Okay, thank you.
Trustee Brown?
Pass.
Trustee Nelson?
Pass.
Trustee Wing? Trustee Paniva? Okay, Trustee Fountain? Okay. With that, we will convene, or excuse me, we will adjourn our meeting at 6:55.